This is the paper that shook the entire world. It was written by a NASA scientist named Rick Briggs, in which he suggested that an ancient Indian language called Sanskrit is the most favored language to develop artificial intelligence. They believe that it is the most sophisticated language on our planet. Its complex syntax rules perfectly matches the requirements for knowledge representation in artificial intelligence. And there is a high probability that NASA is already working on it.
For centuries, the world's linguistic and philosophical communities have sought clarity, precision, and depth in language. As we dive deeper into the realms of artificial intelligence and computational linguistics, one ancient language emerges from the annals of history, not as an artifact of the past, but as a marvel of timeless scientific brilliance: Sanskrit. What sets Sanskrit apart? Could it be that this language, developed by the sages of ancient India, holds keys to advancements that modern science is just beginning to uncover? Natural languages are inherently ambiguous. They are teeming with syntactical and semantic complexities that complicate their use in fields such as artificial intelligence, where unambiguous representation of knowledge is paramount. Sanskrit, however, breaks this mold. With its rigid grammatical structure and ability to represent ideas with surgical precision, it stands unparalleled. The work of Indian grammarians like Panini, who authored the Ashtadhyayi around the 4th century BCE, is central to this phenomenon. This text is more than a linguistic guide. It is a generative grammar that codifies the essence of Sanskrit in a series of meticulously formulated rules. Modern computer scientists might recognize echoes of this approach in the algorithms and semantic nets they develop today. Yet, these principles of unambiguous language encoding were embedded in Sanskrit over 2 millennia ago. In his seminal paper, Rick Briggs, a scholar at NASA Ames Research Center, highlights the striking parallels between Sanskrit and the requirements of artificial intelligence systems. The hallmark of a powerful AI language is its capacity to represent knowledge logically, unambiguously, and hierarchically. Surprisingly, Sanskrit fulfills these criteria effortlessly, offering a natural language that behaves like an artificial one. Take, for instance, the sentence, "Kaitra goes to the village." In Sanskrit, this would be analyzed to express every component of the activity with precision. It describes the agent, the activity, the object, the time, and the result in a way that is not only clear but computationally digestible. The language's ability to represent meaning independent of syntax eliminates ambiguities that plague other natural languages. The Sanskrit linguistic tradition is not a singular achievement, but the culmination of centuries of intellectual refinement by ancient Indian sages and scholars. Panini's work laid the foundation, but it was further enriched by the likes of Bhattacharya, who explored the philosophical dimensions of language, and Nagesha Bhatta, whose logical analyses pushed the boundaries of linguistic precision. These scholars were not merely grammarians, but pioneers of a unique fusion of linguistic science and metaphysics. Their quest was not just to understand language, but to decode the very nature of reality. In their view, language was not only a means of communication, but also a tool for representing and comprehending the universe. This perspective imbued Sanskrit with an unparalleled structural sophistication, making it uniquely suited for scientific and philosophical inquiry. One of Sanskrit's defining features is its karaka system, which assigns specific roles to words in a sentence based on their relationship to the action described by the verb. For instance, the roles of agent, object, instrument, recipient, and location are explicitly encoded in Sanskrit's grammar. This allows sentences to be deconstructed and analyzed with mathematical precision, much like the semantic nets used in artificial intelligence. Consider the example of John gave the ball to Mary. In Sanskrit, this would be passed not merely as a sequence of words, but as a network of interrelated actions and agents. Each component, John, the ball, Mary, and the act of giving, is assigned a role that leaves no room for ambiguity. This clarity is why Sanskrit can encode knowledge as precisely as the most advanced AI systems. It is tempting to view Sanskrit's advancements as serendipitous, but a deeper look reveals a deliberate and methodical approach by ancient Indian scholars. Their efforts were driven by an innate quest for clarity and an understanding of the universe's underlying principles. This same clarity is what modern AI researchers strive for when designing systems to process natural language. When Briggs states that much of AI has been reinventing a wheel millennia old, he underscores the profound relevance of Sanskrit to contemporary science. It is not an exaggeration to say that the language's structural and logical capabilities prefigure many modern advancements in computational linguistics. The brilliance of Sanskrit is not confined to its grammar or syntax. Its structure reflects a deeper philosophical ethos rooted in Hindu thought. The Indian tradition of inquiry is holistic, treating language, logic, and metaphysics as interconnected disciplines. Sanskrit grammar is steeped in the idea of vyapara, or action, and phala, result, concepts that mirror cause and effect relationships in the natural world. This worldview makes Sanskrit not just a scientifically advanced language, but also a profound tool for exploring the mysteries of existence. Its precision and depth are reflections of a culture that sought to harmonize human understanding with cosmic principles. The story of Sanskrit is far from over. After centuries of colonial neglect and the dominance of Western linguistic traditions, the language is witnessing a resurgence. Researchers in AI and computational linguistics are increasingly recognizing its potential. Universities and think tanks worldwide are exploring how Sanskrit can inform fields ranging from machine translation to knowledge representation. Yet, for all its scientific and computational merits, Sanskrit's greatest contribution might lie in its ability to inspire a different way of thinking, one that values clarity, interconnectedness, and a deep respect for the complexities of the universe. Sanskrit's journey from ancient India to the modern world is a testament to the enduring genius of the Hindu sages who nurtured it. In their quest for precision, they created a language that transcends time, bridging the gap between the ancient and the modern, the natural and the artificial. As we continue to explore the potential of AI and computational linguistics, one thing becomes clear. Sanskrit is not just the language of the past, it is the language of the future.